What is going on, guys? Alex Eubank here. Welcome back to the channel with another YouTube video. Again, uploading Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I've been sick the last 2 days, so I wasn't able to get like workout content as much. So I'm filming a reaction to Greg Doucette. So Greg Doucette, look, let's just type in Alex Eubank here. Greg Doucette has made quite a bit of videos on me. Well, first off, we are friends. Disclaimer: we are friends. We did meet in Canada. I went up there to go link with him for a little bit, but he's made quite a bit of videos on me since I've seen him. So I wanted to do like a reaction because I'm getting people asking me like, yo, did you see Greg Doucette's video on you? Are you gonna respond to Greg Doucette's video on you? And yeah, so I have responded to one of his videos, which was the natty or not. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that. But there's so many. Like if we go to through here to account, we got one here which is recent. I just watched that. We've got this one, time to get on steroids. That's 2. We got, I know I saw more recently. People were telling me about Alex Eubank needs our help, which might be a good one to, I really don't even know which one to react to. Alex Eubank has gone too far, but I just get a New York accent. That's got 400K views. I don't know which one to watch. We watch this one. It's got the most amount of views. We're gonna like specifically respond to this one, although there's a lot of them, but a lot of them have like the same theme to them because I've watched quite a bit of them. A lot of them are pretty similar in like the aspect of me complaining about like wanting to hop on gear, or like about how I feel like dog shit all the time, and then him like just telling me that I need a bulk, right? So yeah, today we're gonna be replying to Greg Doucette's video. I actually wasn't gonna upload today, but I figured I gotta stay on the schedule, and I go to LA tomorrow morning at like 7 a.m. and I'm still getting over this sickness, so I've just been like dragging ass trying to film content. So hope you guys still appreciate this video. We're about to hit 1 million subscribers. I believe as I'm filming this, we are within 5,000 subscribers away from 1 million. So if you haven't subbed yet and turned that bell on, make sure you guys go do so. It really does help support the channel. But yeah, let's get right into it, honestly.
Alex Eubank, he posts a video. The caption says, "Hopping on steroids?" ? In his video, he describes whether or not he's going to take steroids, his feelings, thoughts on this, and what the people would say if he did in fact turn to steroids. And so my personal opinion is I think he's missed the mark. He's underestimating the way people see him. But let's get into it. I'm not going to twist his words. I'm going to show you exactly what he's saying, and we'll draw our own conclusions.
My shoulders look small. It's fat right now. I've been eating hella. They're small.
And so far, it's not looking very good for Alex. Body dysmorphia, it's a real thing. He's literally saying, my shoulders look small. My shoulders are small. I'm feeling fat. Look at me. Look at my physique. Does anyone think he has small shoulders, small arms, or looks fat in the slightest? But yet here he is opening up to the audience, telling you exactly what he thinks. He's not lying. He's not pretending to feel like he has small shoulders. He actually feels it. And so despite the fact that so many people, millions at this point, admire his physique, in his own eyes, he doesn't feel like he has an amazing physique. He feels small, feels like he should have more muscle, that he should be more developed and, in fact, leaner. But why? Well, because he's comparing himself to other people on performance-enhancing drugs. And in comparison, he feels inferior. And so imagine his...
No. I'm not comparing myself to other people. I'm comparing myself to myself at my best look. Like you can even see here, look. So in this right here, right? This is me at like 14% body fat, whatever it may be. And then the picture you had of me earlier. So this is me single digit body fat, right? I got little stomach veins going over there. I don't have the most developed abs in natural lighting. I have to be in down lighting and they look way better. That's me at like 13-14%.
Have bigger shoulders, bigger arms.
So I'm comparing myself to myself at my peak best physique, not the other people.
Lower body fat levels, assuming he doesn't eat more. And so here lies the temptation. And so Alex knows it's as simple as taking a SARM, a steroid performance enhancing drug, and in a matter of weeks and or months, he's going to look significantly better. But does that mean he should do it? Of course not. Guy's young, early 20s, millions of followers. Why would he need to take steroids? Why would he need to improve his physique? He already looks amazing. Sure, 99% of people would trade physiques with him in a heartbeat. And so why is he not satisfied? Because you'll never be satisfied. No one will ever be happy with their physique. You're picturing your dream physique and you're thinking, oh, if I only looked that way, then I'd be happy. It's not true. It's the pursuit, the journey that is in fact the enjoyment. It's not the...
Yeah, so Greg makes a good point here. That's literally the fact. That's like, this is true for anything in life. Like whether it's your physique, whether it's like a monetary thing, like you're trying to get like this car or a house, like you always will pursue and want more and better, and which like sucks because like you're never really happy, especially if you're a driven person. You never really get happy with where you're at, but that's why it's good to experience like gratitude and stuff like that, and you know, when you have small wins. But Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. People are addicted to the pursuit of things. It's not the end goal. Like when I hit Master Prestige in Black Ops 2, I was like so dissatisfied. Like I wanted to get it so bad, and then once I hit it, I was like, damn. It's like, now what do I do? Like now I just have to, well, I grind diamond on all the different guns, and then after I did that, I was like, okay, now what do I do? It's like you get addicted to the pursuit of things and the thought of attaining something, and then once you attain it, it's like, now what? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean that's how it is for anything.
Destination. It's clearly the journey. Ask anyone. Ask Chris Bumstead, multiple Mr. Olympia titles. He always wants to get better. Despite being the Mr. Olympia champion, he still wants to improve. He wants to come back year after year, leaner, bigger, better than ever. And so even if you have the best physique in the entire world, you're still not going to be happy. You're never going to be satisfied.
I have a video of me pinning the oh shit. Aminos?
I have no idea what he's referring to. Him pinning the aminos. Hopefully he's not injecting anything. And remember, it's not just steroids that people inject. It's not just steroids that are performance-enhancing drugs. There's also peptides. Just look at Mike O'Hearn promoting peptides. Platelet-rich plasma, but does it end there? IGF, GHRP6, GHRP2, Sir Mo.
I did get PRP injected into my shoulder on camera. I would hope that I'm still natural from that.
There are so many performance-enhancing drugs out there, and
If
the
not, we might as
temptation
well
to
hop
use
on
them, it's
testosterone
greater
at this
than
point.
ever.
If
And
I
so,
lost
of
my
course,
natty card from
teenagers,
PRP,
people in their early 20s
oh boy.
and older, of course they're going to be tempted.
You have made it to where you've made it, and you got to the.
I have gotten amino acids injected, like instead of like ingesting them because they're more bioavailable. The place where I get like my blood work from, you can get them like injected in like your quad or your shoulder, and it's like I think it's glutamine, carnitine, and a bunch of other stuff. But they are aminos. It's not a hormone.
Not because of some
Cook!
needle that you're going to stick into your body.
And so they're trying to convince Alex, you don't need it. You're already successful without it. Why would you do this? You don't know what you're getting. Why would you ever do this? He's listening to it. He's like, yeah, but it's just not making me happy. I don't care. I want to look better. I don't like my body.
You're gonna stick into your butt cheek.
Yeah.
Or your quad.
But the problem with that is, Alex, is you don't know what the
Cook!
it is you're sticking in your body.
No, that's not the problem. He could quite literally using pharmaceutical testosterone prescribed by a doctor. But should he? No, what he needs to do is to be proud of the physique he's achieved. Because trust me, you're never going to feel good enough. If you in fact go on HRT, steroids, peptides, whatever, put on 10 pounds, you're still not going to be happy. You're then going to compare yourself to other people who are taking HRT. You have to realize that happiness comes from within. It's not the destination, but rather the journey. And so if he's natural.
Yeah. So again, when I like am like down and bad about my physique, it's because I look at my Snapchat memories and see how like shredded I used to be. And then I want to get back to that. It's not me looking at other people and being like, oh, I'm trying to look like them. Like I don't care about being the biggest like dude ever. I just like, honestly, like my physique, I like my physique a lot. I just want to get a more shredded version of it. And that's like all I've been like complaining about and chasing. Obviously I always like toy around with like, oh, I'm going to hop on gear, but it's like the cool concept. Like I just talk about it because it's fun to talk about and to imagine like what if like what I look like. It's like the same thing. Like, man, like I want a freaking Ferrari 812 super fast, even though I'm not probably going to get one, but like I want to talk about how fast they are and like how cool it would be probably to have one and what mods I'll do to it, even though I'm not getting one. You know what I mean? So it's like the same concept. It's like I just think about, it's like imaginary. Like I'm just thinking about like what if, like how it would be.
So right now, then make the most of it. Continue on with your journey. I mean, does anyone think his journey's not going so well that he shouldn't be satisfied? Close to 1 million followers on YouTube, over 2 million on Instagram, making millions of dollars? Imagine, oh, I'm not successful enough. I'm not doing that good. I need more muscle. I'm just not happy.
I should be proud of my physique as I am now. I've been training for 6 years straight, like having good discipline to do that.
You should already be satisfied if you're doing your best. You're working harder than last time. Only you truly know whether you're trying your best. If you're working as hard as you can, you're putting the most effort that you can do, then that is good enough. That makes you a champion.
Not really, because if you're satisfied with your own physique, you don't really have a driving factor other than discipline to continue to keep going. You know what I mean? Like discipline obviously is very important, but like you're not gonna hit new bests on everything unless you're like, if you're too satisfied, that you can become complacent way more easily.
Regardless if you win or lose your competition, whether you're single digit body fat, 15%, 20%, whatever, if you're doing the best that you can, then that should be enough. I don't care what it's for, whether it's a sport, diet, training that you can do.
Like having good discipline to do that.
Notice he says, I should be. He's saying he should be. There lies the problem with body dysmorphia and comparing yourself to others. Imagine if he never compared himself to any other YouTuber. No other social media influencer exists. He would look at himself and say, have I tried hard? Am I training and eating appropriately? And he would say, yes, I am.
No. First off, I don't train or eat appropriately. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be straight honest with y'all. Everybody always tries like to use that to support. Like I train hard, but I don't have like any like training plan that I stick to. As for eating, my eating's all over the place. Sometimes I'll do good, sometimes I'll do bad. And I'm not gonna lie, my genetics have carried my physique for a long time. Like my proportions, insertions, the way I fill out has definitely carried me, because like people think, oh, I've been on a strict ass training diet regimen for the last 6-7 years of my life, which is the farthest thing from true, bro. Like I eat out pretty much when I want. I don't cook. I don't meal prep. I do make like smart health conscious decisions. Like when I go out to dinner, when I go out to eat, I get like a lean cut of meat and like just asparagus. Like I'm smart. I'm not dumb with it. I don't ball out like crazy, but I definitely don't have a diet or a training regimen, especially that I like have to do or stick to. Especially since I started doing social media for a living, the content takes priority over my personal training life, which to some people might be like, that's dumb, why would you do that? Which I'll explain later, because he's probably gonna bring up that point.
And he would be truly proud of his achievements. But because he's comparing himself to others, he feels like his shoulders
Again, I'm not comparing myself to others. I'm comparing myself to myself at my peak physique.
are small, biceps aren't big enough, and he's not lean enough. The only possible explanation for that is he's comparing himself to people who have more muscle and are leaner than him. That is the biggest mistake of all. Do not compare yourself to other people.
Okay, I agree with that. You can't compare yourself to other people, because no matter, even if you are also natural, 99% of you would not be able to get the same physique as me, because you just don't have the literal genetic insertions that I have, the muscle bellies that I have, the proportions that I have. No matter about, even if you took, a lot of people who even took gear that could not get the exact physique that, and I'm saying this in the most humble way possible. All right. That's just impossible. You cannot get, like, if I have a very full chest genetically, you cannot get a chest like me unless you have the exact same insertions as me. If you have a gap in your chest, you can't fill that gap. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is genetically. You're born with certain things, and regardless of like if you take gear or train harder than me or whatever, genetics do have like the priority and like take or like a big advantage over if you have bad genetics. It's just how it is.
yourself to yourself. If you're giving it your all, you're improving, then you've won.
But I feel like I'm the one person who's like socially just not allowed. Like social media would just not take it good if I ever did.
And so Alex Eubank, he wants to take PDs. You can clearly see this in his voice and what he's stating, the fact he wants to have bigger muscles and so on. But he thinks he's the only one. Why am I the only one that can't take it, that social media would disapprove? That if I did so, I would get hated on? Does he really think that he's the only one? What about Will Tennyson? Would the world approve of that? Jesse James West, Joe Frazier, Jeff Nippert, Greg O'Gallagher, Vitruvian Physique, Lean Beef Patty. They're natural, they've stated they're natural, and so if they chose to go to the dark side, of course there'd be some backlash. But one thing I can promise you is that if you're honest and you don't lie and you tell people I'm doing this because of this reason, I'm being doctor supervised, at least people would understand. Much better than lying, pretending you're natural, and deceiving the fans and the viewers.
My physique's stagnating and not really getting better. I'm a little bit better. If I showed a picture, honestly, from when I first started social media to now, I definitely am a little bit bigger.
Based on what I saw, I don't think he was natural his entire life. And so if he was in fact taking something in the past, it makes it much more difficult to put on muscle as you get older. And so despite the fact that he's very young, guy in his early 20s should easily be able to continue to put on muscle. If he was in fact not natty as a teenager, it would be much more difficult to put on muscle as he gets older. Now, if he is in fact life
Bro, my dad would have whooped my ass if he thought that I was like on gear when I was a teenager. I made a response video to Greg when he like was saying that he thinks I wasn't natural when I was like at my biggest when I was in high school.
type natural,
That's crazy.
which is in fact possible. It could be because he continues to bulk and cut. Notice he goes into calorie surplus for a little while, but then continues to cut. And if you look at his physique, even when he's bulked up, he's still very lean, below 15% body fat. And what have I stated in hundreds of videos? That perhaps 15% body fat, very healthy, and that you should maintain at a body fat that's healthy for you. He continues to cut, continues to diet, and so perhaps he's simply not eating enough. And so what he wants is to look like a competitive bodybuilder, single-digit body fat, and look like that all the time. It's not happening. And so what happens when you're not eating, your body fat percentage drops, you get single-digit body fat, and what do you think happens to your testosterone levels? They go down. And so we've seen that from him in the past, his testosterone levels in the 200s nanograms per deciliter. It's not very high. A lot more difficult to put on muscle when your testosterones are in the tank. He could try to eat more and maintain. Oh, but maintaining doesn't work. You gotta bulk and cut. Exhibit A. Versus he eats more, gets his body fat level up to, let's call it 14%. And lives there consistently looking, feeling amazing. He could get his testosterone levels checked. Perhaps it would be 600 nanograms per deciliter. I don't know. Something a lot higher than 225. And with normal testosterone levels and the correct amount of fuel, he could then continue to work out and put on muscle. He continues to bulk and cut, diet to single-digit body fat, chasing perfection of which he'll never achieve, then he's always going to suffer. Now, what you want to do is year-round cardio. You become a better butter burner. It will...
All right, real quick. So I remember in the other video, we might have not talked about it in this one as much, but the point he talks about is just telling me, yeah, like to eat more, to bulk, that I need to bulk basically. And like the reason why I haven't allowed myself to bulk for literally since like my main last bulk was high school in my senior year when I hit 190 is because of social media. Now, I'm one who I optimize everything that I do, meaning as a social media influencer, you're only at the top, like trending for so long. So I'm trying to milk those years as much as I can and get the best content that I can and the most engagement that I can during that time period. And content does better. I would know. Like based off of the analytics, based off of the what I see, it does better the leaner that you are, the more freakier that you look, the more not natty almost that you look. Like I just got in this thing for like Snapchat. If y'all haven't seen me on Snap, I post hello on Snap now. The last picture that you post on Snapchat during the day is what determines how many views your overall story is going to get. So the last picture, I always have to post a throwback picture of me absolutely diced, and it kicks up my views twice as much if I post a picture at a higher percent body fat. So that's a prime example, and that equates to income. And for me, people will be like, oh, you're just doing it for the money. No, like this is a job for me. So yeah, I have to do some of it for the money 100% because this is what's going to establish my future. When I have a family one day, right? To provide financial freedom for my family. And for me, it's what I do today, the sacrifices that I make today and over the next few years, it's going to allow me to have that financial freedom for the rest of my life. So yeah, I'm going to optimize every single bit that I can today. And if that involves me having to cut continuously, and I will complain about cutting all the time, but I will stick to cutting and like trying to be lean for a prolonged period of time, although it may not be the best for hormones, whatever. I'll sacrifice now in order for a better life later. And then down the road, when I feel like I'm at a more established point, then I will get back to bulking up, not caring as much about how I look on social media and content. But for now, I'm at a point where I'm in my prime. It's like a football player in his prime, bro. They milk it while you can, bro. You get all the brand deals, whatever, while you can. So that's kind of, and again, I'm transparent and open about everything that I do. So that's what I'm doing. That's my reason for staying so lean. I'm trying to blow up Elysium, trying to blow up the Christian brand. I'm trying to blow up all these things, and all that as me as the face of the brand, it does better when I have a physique that appeals to more people and can reach a wider variety, wider audience. And that, based on what I've seen over the last 2.5 years of me doing this, is the more shredded you are, the leaner that you are for the most amount of time, the more engagement, the better it does. I've seen people who I kind of came up with who started bulking and they fell off like a lot. Like they literally, like they fell off a bunch from bulking and being like a lot higher body fat. That's the reason why I do what I do. So like briefly,
stop comparing yourself to other people and just be happy. Enjoy the journey.
I have no passion for bodybuilding like that whatsoever. I have a passion for like building a good physique, building my body, the temple that God's given me up.
So he just wants to maintain a healthy looking athletic physique year round. And so does that not sound like the exact person that should maintain? Or do you all think, no, Coach Greg, you're wrong, you don't make sense. He should bulk and cut year after year. How's it working for him? And what do you think that's going to do to his mental health? When he bulks up, he's going to feel fat. Notice he feels fat right now and he's ripped. And when he cuts down, he's not going to have a lot of energy, not going to put on muscle. Notice he's stagnating.
I look up to people like Frank Zane, like some of the old school guys. That's who like motivated me.
And so his passion, it's just to build his physique like the old school guys, like Frank Zane, the chemist, guy who's clearly not natural, who won the Mr. Olympia championship while being on PDs. I just want to look like that. But I don't want to compete. I just want to look like that year round. It's even harder to maintain that type of physique year round. Bodybuilders, you know why they yo-yo diet? You know why they bulk and cut? Because they can't realistically maintain 5% body fat.
My freaking camera died, but anyways, this is like the gist of the video. Freaking Sony A1, bro. How much did I spend on that camera? $6,500 for the body, and it is the shittiest Sony camera that I've had. So if anybody wants to buy it, I probably shouldn't even say that. It's supposed to be the best one, but it has the worst overheating issues. Like the A7S III is a way better camera. Like I have one of them, about to go buy another one of them just so I can have a backup camera that's like better. But this freaking Alpha 1, whatever it is, overheats. So if y'all can reach out to Sony, tell them to give me a new one or some shit. Literally 20 minutes of recording in 4K and the shuts off. Terrible. So annoying, bro. So now I'm using my webcam, but that's pretty much the gist of the video. I kind of gave my defense for things, backed it up. I am natural. If anybody's still wondering, I am natural. I am cutting again. My goal is to get to like single digit body fat, maintain it for the whole entire rest of spring, summer, whatever we're in, probably till October. And then October, I will start maybe doing a little bit of a lean bulk till from October to May. I'll probably do like a lean bulk and just eat kind of whatever I want. Crumble cookie. Go out to eat literally just consciously. A lot of extra cheddar goldfish. Maybe I say I'm going to do that. I'm going to hopefully stick to it. Hopefully by then the businesses are running a bit more like a machine, and it's okay if I do that and sacrifice some body fat. But yeah, shout out Greg. I'll probably link up with you soon. I appreciate you, bro. Code Alex, Young LA, Alpha Line, Flex Pro, and Celsius. Young LA just had a huge 25% off sale. I don't know if it's, by the time you see this, it's probably done. I leave for LA in the morning. I'll be at the 1 million party with them, so that'll be cool. And I'll probably be making content out there for a little bit. And then I think I come back Monday. My birthday's on Tuesday, so best birthday present would be to subscribe and like this video and comment down below. I'll get some better content for y'all this weekend. I wanted to make sure I got something out at least today. I'm still getting over this sickness, bro. It's been literally the worst. I feel like so congested. But yeah, that's it. Love y'all. God bless. Watch the Lines End podcast, link in bio. Until next time. Peace out.